Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to learn about the human digestive system, right? So from today onwards, we are going for the coaching classes. Okay. So I'm going to learn to teach you today digestion and absorption. So that is a topic today we're going to learn. Okay, it is a digestion and absorption. Okay, food is essential, right? Food is essential for all the living organisms. Okay, food is essential, or it is a basic requirement of living organisms. So it is a basic requirement of living organisms. So what are the components of the food? So food consists of two types of components. One is the major components of food, and second one is minor components. What are major components? Major components includes carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Then the minor components includes vitamins and minerals. Okay, so these are the major components, and the vitamins and minerals are minor components. Then water is also essential. Okay, the water is required for metabolism. Okay, water is essential for the metabolism, and also water prevents the dehydration also, right? So here the question comes, substances which are directly absorbed into the blood circulation. So what is this? Is the one question. So what are the substances that are directly absorbed? Substances that are directly absorbed are vitamins, minerals, and fats. Sorry, not fats, and water. Okay, substances that are directly absorbed into the blood circulation are vitamins, minerals, and water. That means they do not require any digestion. They can be absorbed directly in their original forms. Okay, substances which are cannot absorb in their original forms. So substances that are not absorbed in their original forms includes carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. So carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Okay, what happens then? These substances should undergo breakdown. That means they have been converted into simple forms. So the breakdown of complex organic substances into So here I am using the word complex substances into simple absorbable substances is called as digestion. So here one question. So name the substances that are not absorbed in their original form. The substances which are not absorbed in their original form are carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. So otherwise, there is one more question. Which of the following substances require digestion? Okay, so these are the substances that require digestion. Then if we see the human digestive system, the human digestive system consists of an alimentary canal. So in the human digestive system, we can see alimentary canal, and associated glands. Okay, so these are the parts present in the human digestive system. Let us see the first one, alimentary canal. Okay, you see the alimentary canal. Alimentary canal begins with the mouth and ends with anus. So you know that the mouth, where the mouth is present. Mouth is, right, you can see here. This is the alimentary canal. Okay, so the alimentary canal begins with the mouth and ends with the anus. So this is the anus. Okay, so let us see the mouth, first one. So the anterior part of alimentary canal consists of mouth. The mouth is bordered by movable lips. And the mouth opens into vestibule. Vestibule opens into buccal cavity or oral cavity. Okay, the vestibule opens into buccal cavity or oral cavity. So you know already I have given in the notes. So sequence, this is the one of the sequence. So this sequence you have to study. We go for the next one, buccal cavity now. Okay, we see in the buccal cavity. In the buccal cavity, we can see the presence of tongue. Okay, and also teeth. Right, this one is the buccal cavity. Okay. Yes, this is the buccal cavity. So in the buccal cavity, I am going to discuss about the roof of the buccal cavity now. So this one is called as roof. Up to from here to here, we can call this one as the roof, and this one is the floor. Okay, the roof of the buccal cavity consists of a palate. So this one is up to here. We can remember up to here. It is made up of with hard palate. It is called as hard palate. And this one is called as soft palate. Okay. So the palate is consisting of two parts. One is the hard palate and second one is soft palate. Okay. The hard palate is made up of with bone. What are the bones means? They are the maxillary process or maxillary bone and palatine process. So what is the use of palate? So I'll tell you that the palate separates dorsal nasal chamber with ventral oral chamber. So the palate separates the dorsal nasal chamber with ventral oral chamber. So this is the oral chamber. And back of this one, we can see the nasal chamber. What is the advantage of this? What is the advantage of palate means? So that the man can breathe and chew simultaneously. So the man can breathe and chew simultaneously. So what is the soft palate is made up of with what? Then the soft palate is made up of with connective tissue. Connective tissue. So if you see here, this is the soft palate I shown you. right? So you see here, this one is the soft palate. This is hanging like this, okay? And this soft palate which hangs into the buccal cavity is called as uvula. Okay, so this is one question. The soft palate hangs into the buccal cavity or hangs into the pharynx as uvula. Hard palate, anterior part of the palate is called as hard palate. Hard palate is made up of with maxillary process and palatine process. That means it is bony. Okay, this bony hard palate separates dorsal nasal chambers with ventral oral chamber, so that the man can breathe and chew simultaneously. So you can see here. So hard palate is separating the dorsal nasal chamber with ventral oral chamber, so that the man can breathe and chew simultaneously, right? Then what are the parts present in the buccal cavity? In the buccal cavity, you can see the presence of teeth, okay, and also tongue. So teeth and tongue are present in the buccal cavity. Now let us go for the dentition, right? So next one is dentition. So what type of dentition is present in man? Type of dentition in man is, first one is thecodont, then heterodont and diphyodont. Okay, so thecodont dentition means if the teeth are lodged in socket of jawbone. If the teeth are lodged in socket of jawbone, we call this one as thecodont dentition. Then what is meant by heterodont? Presence of 4 different type of teeth. So presence of 4 different type of teeth is called as heterodont type of dentition. Then diphyodont, presence of 2 sets of teeth. That means the teeth appears twice in man. One is the milk teeth and second one is permanent teeth. Milk teeth are also called as replacing teeth or deciduous teeth. So if you see the heterodont dentition, in heterodont dentition, I told you that there are 4 types of teeth. What are those 4 types of teeth means? The one is incisor, one is canine, one is premolar, and one is molars. Okay. So these arrangement of these teeth can be shown in the form of a dental formula. So let us see the dental formula also, types of teeth also. Yes, you can see here. Okay. I'm keeping here, right. So you can see here, these are the incisors. So I'll mark with different color. Yeah. So this is the incisor. Okay. Yellow color is the incisor. This is one incisor. This is one incisor. This is one incisor. This is one incisor. Okay. So how are the incisors? Incisors are chisel-like and they are cutting teeth. And this one is canine. I'm marking with different color. This is the canine. Canine are dagger shaped and they are the tearing teeth. Okay, after that premolars. So these 2 are premolars. Okay, and after that 3. These three are molars. Okay, premolars and molars are grinding teeth. Right? Now, if you see the arrangement of these teeth arrangement can be defined in the form of a dental formula. Okay, I'll go for the next page. There I'll explain the dental formula with the help of this diagram. Yeah, we are going to learn about the dental formula now. So I'm taking one half of the upper jaw. That means we take the upper jaw here. We have given the upper jaw here. This is the lower jaw. So I'm taking the half of the upper jaw. So from here, I'm going in this direction. Okay, I'm going in this direction. Okay. So if you see here, dental formula in each half. So how many incisors are there means, see, this is one incisor. This is another incisor. That means the incisors are two in the upper jaw. In the lower jaw, see, here one incisor, here another incisor. So two here also. After that, canines. Okay, let us see canines. So canines, you can see here, this is the one canine. Okay, here also this is the canine, and here it is the canine. So how many canines are present in the upper jaw? One. The lower jaw, one. After that, premolars. Premolars means, you can see here, this is one premolar, this is one premolar, this is one premolar, this is one premolar. So premolars are two in the upper jaw and two in the lower jaw. Then after that, molars. Molars count 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3. Here also 1, 2, 3. So 3 by 3. The number of molars are 3 by 3. So what is the dental formula now? 2, 1, 2, 3. 2 by 1, 2 by 2. So 2, 1, 2, 3 by 2, 1, 2, 3 is the dental formula of an adult man. That equal to 5 plus 3, 8, 8 plus 8, 16. So 16 into 2 equal to 32 teeth. Then remember that dental formula. So that means generally if we see in the milk set of teeth, so in milk set of teeth, premolars and last molars are absent. In milk set of teeth, premolars and last molars are absent. So if you see the dental formula in a milk set of teeth means 2 by 2 so that equal to 2102 by 2102. Or they may write like this also 212 by 212. That equal to 5 in 5 plus 5 10, 10 into 2 equal to 20 teeth. 20 teeth. So in the milk set of teeth, which teeth are absent means I am marking with black color. Which set of teeth are absent means you can see here. The last molar is absent. Okay. Here also the last molar is absent in upper jaw and lower jaw. Last molar is absent. And the premolars are absent. So which are absent, I am marking them with the black color. So these are absent. Now you can count how many teeth are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 plus 10, 10 in the upper jaw, 10 in the lower jaw. So we'll get 20 teeth. We are getting 20 teeth. So all these teeth which I have marked with black color appears only once in the lifetime. Appears only once in the lifetime. So they are called as monophyodont teeth. So all these teeth which are present, which I have not marked, they are called as, these teeth appears twice in the lifetime. So they are called as diphyodont teeth. So if you see here the formula, number of diphyodont teeth. That means they appear only once in the lifetime. Then the number of monophyodont teeth. So how many you can see? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means 6 plus 6, 12. That equal to 12. So what are the monophyodont teeth? Monophyodont teeth includes premolars and last molar. Premolar and last molar. Then if we see the last molar is also called as wisdom teeth. Okay, when does this last molar appears? Appears at the age of 19 to 21 years. 19 to 21 years. Okay. And this wisdom teeth is vestigial. Wisdom teeth is vestigial. Then if they ask you the dental formula of a 17-year-old boy. Okay, 17-year-old boy or 17-year-old girl. What is the dental formula means? One wisdom teeth are absent. So it will be 2122 by 2122. Okay, 2122 by 2122 because the last molar is absent. If you see in the previous diagram, here you can see this is one molar, right? So how many last molars are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So number of wisdom teeth are 4. You understood now? Number of wisdom teeth are 4. These wisdom teeth appears at the age of 18 to 21 years. So then only we can say that then the wisdom teeth is absent in the 17-year-old boy. So the dental formula will be like this: 2122 by 2122. So what is the here we can see the dental formula means how much it is getting. 5 plus 2, 7, 7 plus 7, 14, 14 into 2, that equal to 28. The number of teeth present in the 18 years, 17 years old boy are 28. Okay, I hope you understood that one, right? So, right, we go with the, sorry, next one, the tongue. Right. Tongue lies on the floor of buccal cavity. Okay, tongue lies on the floor of buccal cavity. Okay, so tongue is attached to the floor of buccal cavity by right. So tongue lies on the floor of the buccal cavity. Tongue is attached to the floor of the, this is the floor of the buccal cavity. You can see here. Okay, this is the floor of the buccal cavity. Okay, and that is the tongue. Tongue is attached to the floor of the buccal cavity by a thin fold of connective tissue called as frenulum. We call this one as frenulum. Frenulum attaches the tongue to the floor of the buccal cavity. So frenulum is attaching the tongue to the floor of the buccal cavity. Okay. Then if we see the surface of the tongue, on the surface of tongue we can see presence of papillae. Okay. On the surface of tongue we can see presence of papillae. Okay. You can see here in the diagram papillae. So these are the papillae. So surface of tongue consists of numerous small projections. Numerous small projections called as papillae. We can see these are the valid papillae. These are the valid papillae. Where they are present? The valid papillae are present at the base of the tongue. Okay. Valid papillae are present at the base of the tongue. Then these are filiform papillae. Okay. These are the filiform papillae and these are the fungiform papillae. Okay. So papillae are three types in man. First one, circumvallate papillae. Circumvallate papillae are present at the base of the tongue. Second one, fungiform papillae, present at the margin of the tongue. Third one, filiform papillae, they are present at the surface of tongue. They are present on the surface of tongue. So there are three different types of papillae. Of course, here they are showing a foliate papillae also like this. In this foliate papillae, it is not mentioned in the NCERT, so I am not going to discuss about this foliate papillae. So I am discussing about these three only. So circumvallate papillae, and these papillae bears taste buds. Papillae bears the taste buds. Okay, taste buds are absent in filiform papillae. Taste buds are absent in the filiform papillae. Okay, students, today I am stopping here. We will see the remaining class tomorrow. Okay, thank you. And you will have object examination in the digestive system after 3 days. After completion of digestive system, you will have an examination only up to the system. Okay, thank you.